seen in the stats and the numbers, we have numerous counties. It was 19 not too long ago that had 0 deaths. You can't lock everybody down. We have to have our rights restored, our civil liberties restored in this state, and it has to start now. We have with us today a candidate for governor, and we have a slate of candidates in the Republican side, and every one of them would be 100% better than the governor we have currently serving in our state.
Absolutely.
I'd like to introduce to you Tim Eyman.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out. I think it's just really important that this is what it's all about.
Amen.
All business is essential to someone.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't think our governor thinks that. Our governor thinks that no, some are more equal than others. And it really is disturbing that he's picking winners and losers, saying that if you're a government construction worker, you can be safe and provide for your family. But if you're a private construction worker, you can't be safe and you can't provide for your family. It is that disparate treatment that I think is the central part of the lawsuit today, because he has chosen people that have given him money to be able to favor them, but the people that do not support him, he ends up throwing them under the bus. And it's a really, really important point, and I am just so proud to be standing with just such extraordinary people. I'm really happy about everybody today, but I mean, Clint Didier has really gone above and beyond the call of duty. This is a true hero of an elected official. We don't see this kind of leadership normally. Normally what we have is the people are the ones that are leading, and the elected officials simply follow us. Clint is one of those elected officials that's a model for me, and somebody who actually leads and sees that the people want to go in a certain direction, and he's willing to put himself out there and be the tip of the spear. So I really want to thank Clint so much, and let's hear it for Clint. I sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Justice this morning, and this is the Civil Rights Division. And I think it's really important for me to just take this moment and to say what William Barr, the Attorney General, is going to be able to read. Attention, Attorney General William Barr. In Washington State today, Friday, May 1st, in U.S. District Court in Tacoma, regular citizens are filing a civil rights violation lawsuit challenging Governor Jay Inslee's economic lockdown, which is devastating low and middle income workers and small businesses. Inslee's recent and foolish decision to extend his lockdown beyond the federal guideline of May 1st will result in additional and substantial harm to working families in our state. Inslee's arbitrary and capricious designation of certain people and businesses as non-essential is driven by political bias, payback, payoffs, and patronage, and not science, the law, or the Constitution. Spot on. Hundreds of thousands of citizens are being deprived of their right to property and businesses protected by the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Similarly, by Inslee restricting people to congregating in no more than pairs and declaring church worship non-essential, banned by his extra-legal proclamation, he is depriving all Washingtonians of rights protected by the First Amendment. Also of national interest are the economic impacts a shuttered Washington is having on the rest of the nation. A prolonged devastation inflicted on the 10th largest state economy will have an even greater ripple effect and hamper the efforts of the federal government and other states to recover. Furthermore, any slowing of port activity will further harm consumers and businesses in our state. The is where it starts to get fun. I really enjoyed writing this. Let me tell you about it. After squandering $5 million in taxpayer money in a failed run for president, Inslee has shown he is in it for himself and not for us. Many in Washington now see Inslee's dictates as politically motivated that pick winners and losers among a population desperate for relief and a business community begging to get back to work. I firmly believe that Jay Inslee now realizes that he overreacted and made a huge mistake with his order. But his own pride and insecurity is preventing him from doing what is best for the citizens. It's all about him and not about us.
Absolutely.
More and more voters agree with the president. Jay Inslee is a snake.
Yeah.
Amen.
Nasty snake.
Cut off the head.
Today's lawsuit is the
global
first of several that will be filed in the coming days. This first one is Didier, Thomas, Eyman et al. V. Inslee. And it's sueinslee.com for those people who are listening in. Did I say sueinslee.com? Yes, I did. I said sueinslee.com. Sueinslee.com.
Sue Inslee. Say it live.
It is .com. Since Inslee's edicts infringe on rights guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution, we are challenging Inslee's proclamation in federal court. And on behalf of the non-essential citizens of Washington, I urge you and your office to join us in our efforts to open Washington now.
Now.
Please, Mr. Barr, Inslee is not listening to the people who are suffering.
Mic check.
Please, Mr. Barr, Inslee is not listening to the people who are suffering under his rule. We need your help to convince the judiciary to rein him in before he causes irreparable harm to our lives, liberty, and livelihoods. We are the other Washington, Mr. Barr, and we need your help. Final thought. Lisa Thomas is an extraordinary woman who really spoke, I think, for all of us and very passionately, but she's the one who set up this GoFundMe page. It was really amazing that it had started basically in like mid-April, and on Tuesday it was around $2,500. In the last 2 days, it's gone up 10 times that, where we were at $26,000 in just a couple of days. Many non-essential people are willing to weigh in, but I think it's really a sign how hungry people are for somebody that's actually going to do something and fight back. We are so lucky that somebody like Stephen Pigeon, one of the most brilliant legal minds in the state of Washington, is willing to tackle this thing, and tackle it hard, be aggressive, and not to pansy around and do it like this mealy mouth kind of stuff that you're used to seeing. He's going pedal to the metal, and I'm just so proud that Steve Pigeon was willing to take this thing on. And he really doesn't have an Irish accent. He's just a subliminal message there. But anyway, I just want to thank all of you for not being intimidated by coming out today and exercising your rights that you have had all along, and that no matter what your governor says to you, saying no, you need to feel guilty about going out in public. You need to feel guilty, except when you're going to Walmart and when you're going to Lowe's. There's no reason why we can't have every business in the state of Washington being able to exercise their same right to be able to stay safe and to be able to earn a living at the same time. And a going worker is no more worthy worker. There's no reason why Walmart and Amazon can keep their people safe, but regular citizens can't keep theirs safe. I'm just really excited to be here. I'm proud to be part of this. Clint is the man of the day. I'm just grateful that they allowed me to be able to be a plaintiff in this case, and I think you're going to really enjoy this battle, this fight, and I encourage you to get involved with it as well. So I love you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our attorney, Stephen Kitchen, would like to mention another thing about the case.
We love you, Tim.
So about the case, now this case that has been filed is a class action lawsuit under 23, under FRCP 23.
Good.
That means that the class we're trying to get defined and certified is a class of non-essential Washingtonians. All those people who were excluded by Inslee's arbitrary and capricious and non-legislated order that was outside the scope of his authority. If you contribute to the GoFundMe account or you contribute to me directly as part of the legal fund, all of those funds are going into the trust account, in a designated, dedicated trust account for this particular litigation. Lead plaintiff, Clint Didier, will be the one supervising the payment from the trust account. As we go along, we present our billable hours. So that's what the dynamics of it are. Once the case is certified as a class action, then anybody who is interested in the case will be getting notice. If you qualify as a non-essential Washingtonian, then you will be getting notice, hey, you're a non-essential Washingtonian. Let's find out what your damages look like, because we want to assess all the damages that were done by this arbitrary order.
Where can we reach out? Can we get more information to the GoFundMe page and the legal defense fund?
Yes, Inslee.com. That's not a relative. Suing.com. No middle name.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
Well, everybody asks me, why? Why are you willing to put yourself out there? I got kids and I got grandchildren. And I want them to have that same shot at the American dream that I've had.
Amen.
The prosperity of this country is the most important thing. And when I talk about human life, the human society has got to realize the most precious gift on earth is life. Every life is precious and deserves an opportunity. And if we want to protect the lives on earth, then we need to start the schools back up. So we can have the herd immunity take place. And we can take care of this virus by letting the people catch it and develop their own antibodies for it.
Amen.
The human body is complex and it's strong and resilient.
It is.
It will
Amen.
fight and it'll win.
Amen.
Right. Now our RN nurse would like to say one last comment here. Help yourself.
I want that to be the end because that was so great. All I wanted to add about my daughters, and Clint just said it, that school is an essential business. Woo!
Yes.
Not only does it educate our future, but it employs our teachers and their support staff. Again, thank you for the donations from the non-essentials, and thanks for coming out, and we can do this safely together. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. Thank you.
You must not be a Democrat.
So, before we go to questions, this lawsuit is about loosening the shackles of government and letting we the people go back to work to rise and make Washington State great again. We have a man that would like to say, or he's not one of the plaintiffs, but he would like to say a few words about the people that are up here talking. Sid. This is Sid.
My name is Sid. I came down here today from Snohomish, Washington.
Woohoo!
First of all, amongst the other thanks, Lisa, thank you. Dean, thank you. Clint, thank you. Tim, thank you. Steve, thank you. Representative Sutherland, thank you. Wanda, thank you. To all of you, thank you. I am speaking with you, not for you. I will leave you this very day. I am proud to be a member of the state of Washington, the only state in the union that's named after a U.S. president. We stand together. Thank you.
Questions? Is there any questions? Any questions?
I have a question. Why is it just workers that are non-essential? Our kids can't play at the park right now, aren't we all? We're all being deemed non-essential. Kids aren't allowed to play at parks right now.
That's what this lawsuit is all about.
So it's not just the workers.
We want to lose the term non-essential. Every human being in Washington State is essential. And they should be recognized as such. And that's what this lawsuit is all about.
Now, what about the biggest problem might be just right here, or just north in Seattle. What about quarantining Seattle and opening up the rest of the state?
Good point. In the history of the United States, whenever we've had an outbreak, we've always quarantined the sick. We've never quarantined the healthy. It's backwards.
But now Inslee wants to quarantine the sick in the state. If you guys have gone to the health department's page, if you are traced and you come up positive, they can quarantine your family at home. He says National Guard will bring food supplies to the family, and the individual, if they don't believe they'll quarantine at home, will be taken to an off-site quarantine where if they are not likely to stay on their own, they will be GPS monitored. I have a big problem when when they deem the sick to be anybody who has this virus, then they can quarantine them, and I'm not going to let them take my family or my friends who have this virus and quarantine them off-site. Not going to happen.
You deserve due process to be proven infectious, and then you are quarantined.
Right. Not off-site.
The burden is on the state to prove that you are sick. They cannot quarantine you on an assumption that you are sick, or that you might be infectious, or that you might be asymptomatic. This could go on for eternity if we play the game.
Well, that's what they want.
You have to have due
the
process, and they have to prove that you're infectious, and they want to use these test kits from the CDC, which the vets have proven the test kits came back already infected with the virus. I am not going to be tested by a test that is not safe. I refuse it. So, yeah, we are not quarantining. We're not tracing people. That is un-American. We are not doing that.
Well, we're standing behind our businesses in Franklin County.
Amen.
As they all do today.
Amen, Franklin County.
We're standing behind them. We're standing beside them.
Amen.
We thank you all for coming today. Thank you for contributing to this lawsuit. And we have one of the best attorney, constitutional attorney. And he already won on I-976, folks.
Nice.
He won in King County.
That's
the only reason we don't have $30 car tabs is Bob Ferguson giving you the paperwork into the state Supreme Court.
Of course.
Bob Ferguson
Of course.
putting you on the buses that are incubators for this virus.
Of course, he
He's
didn't
going to let
want
you
it.
drive your cars. Bob Ferguson is guilty.
Yes. Yes. He didn't want it.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks everybody for coming out. This is awesome. There's no way we have enough pizza for everybody, but Shaky's Pizza in Pasco is starting up on Monday, and he deserves a lot of credit, Dean. Thank you very much for standing up for our rights. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Turn that around. Hold it up. Make sure the media sees it. All right, guys, we are
I'm with you. We cannot have it.
off-site quarantine.
Oh, yeah, that's
They've got all these hotels that they did.
She wants to get involved with the kids and how they want to
Right.
segregate from school and everything.
Right, and on top of that, they've been reserving all these hotels.
Yeah.
Because everything's shut down. Everything's at the government's disposal right now. So they shut down all the hotels. They start emptying the prisons, and then guess what they have available for all of us?
Right.
Prisons and hotels.
That's for us. That's for us.
Yeah. No, my body, my choice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Inslee. Hi. How are you?
We decided to hit this first, then we're going to Olympia.
Yeah, we're heading there too. I think we were up to, I was posting it, we're up to like 24 cops on the freeway.
Oh yeah, we counted them.
Olympia and here.
All the Olympia exits.
26.
What is going on? Are they just trying to say we're here?
Oh yeah, they're between all the exits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're going to be harassing everybody. So.
Do you know exactly what his lawsuit was? I'm trying to find information on that. The lawsuit he's filing. What is it?
Well, it's a bunch of people doing it. So it's class action. So it's for all the non-essentials.
I saw it too.
And then we have a bunch of, elected officials behind it. There's some great elected officials out there who stand up. And a lot of them over the years have really been laying down and not doing anything. And that's the process here, but there are some now and sheriffs that are rising. I'm going to be thankful for that. So, all right, well, I'm going to talk to Robert for a minute, and then we'll head up to the Capitol. All right, guys, we're down here in Tacoma. Again, there was just about every exit. Well, there was every exit between here and Olympia has police both undercover and marked. So watch out if you guys are traveling. They've got this lawsuit ready, and it's about to be served, which is great. Great group of people out here. Look at all these great people. So get to your capitals. There's a lot of sorry, hang on. Got my free Schaefer Cox shirt on, and in the light of, yes, she's my other little fighter. Hey Robert, do you want to say anything? No?
Last time I said something.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here representing the people. We've been trying to get people in our own community, and boy, they're scared. They're scared. And like, if the representatives don't stand up for the people, I mean, what do we do? It's kind of crazy.
There's a lot of fear out there.
I don't know if it's going to be on camera or not. It's Robert Sutherland here, guys. 23rd District. Make sure this man stays in office. He is who you want representing you.
What district did you say?
23rd, wait.
39th.
39th. Why did I say 23rd? 39th.
Because I look 23, man.
That must be it. That must be it. 39th District. Keep Robert Sutherland. We've got some good stuff happening. Monday there's going to be a town hall meeting in Clark County, Washington at the Salmon Creek Grange. So get out to that if you can. Make your voice heard. Ammon Bundy's been doing some great stuff up there in Idaho. BJ Soper in Oregon. Some really great people rising.
All across the country.
Yeah.
They realized, the initial word to us was, we just need 2 weeks. Give us 2 weeks. We'll flatten the curve. Give our hospitals time to ramp up. That was all a lie. It was a lie to lead us down a path of tyranny and destruction for our economy.
And then they extended it 30 days. The hospitals are equipped. The ventilators are not being used. The beds are empty. And now they want to extend it again to make sure we don't end up with another outbreak. This is insane.
Yeah, this can go on forever, which might be by design.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable to freedom-loving Americans like myself and Kelly and millions of others. So we're rising up here today in Tacoma, filed a lawsuit. Today is the first day, I believe, we're on the offense. We're going on the offense, and we're not going to stop until we have victory.
That's right. That's right. Everybody get out to your capitals, get down to Olympia. I know it's pretty noisy here, but I just wanted to do this quick video so people can see what's going on.
Thank you for all your work, Kelly.
Absolutely.
You do amazing
work. Thank you
work.
for all your work. I really appreciate everything you do. And over the years, our elected officials have dropped the ball, and that's a lot of what's gotten us here. And so I've been very critical of the sheriffs and elected officials, but I'm seeing them rise up. Seeing Snohomish County, Franklin County, different elected officials rising up saying this isn't okay. It gives me hope, and it gives me somebody to stand next to in this battle, so we're not just standing alone.
By standing up, there's a price that I pay, there's a price that others pay. They're coming after us right now. Right now, as we speak, there's a recall effort against Adam Fortney, Snohomish County Sheriff in Snohomish County, because he stood up. So we're going to rally behind him as well. When you stand up against tyranny, they come after you.
They come after you, and that's for the citizens and civilians too.
Yeah, you have to be fearless. Yeah. You have to stand up and say whatever happens, happens, but I'm doing the right thing. And we need more of us to do that. Yeah. We need more of you guys and gals to stand up, be fearless, do what's right, fight for America, fight for freedom, and the communities you represent will stand up and support you.
That's right. Otherwise, we're all going to be wearing shirts like this. Say a political prisoner. We're all political prisoners right now, not just Schaefer Cox. We're all political prisoners. And it's time we break our chains and say we're going to live within the law of this land. We're going to choose order over chaos and freedom over tyranny. You heading to Olympia?
Is there stuff going on in Olympia?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 events up there. We were just going to do this and try to get back to the Clark County courthouse event. There was 26 cops on the freeway between Olympia and here at every exit. And then some exits, it was 2 and 3 parked on the side of the road. So I don't know what they have planned.
I just heard they closed Olympia down. They closed off the whole.
Oh, are you kidding? So Olympia's closed down now?
Well,
the Capitol?
It's a rumor I got from a person here in the crowd.
That would make sense why all those cops were out there.
Apparently they've closed down the Capitol grounds, maybe because people are showing up. They didn't ask permission, perhaps, even though they own the place. Apparently it's been shut down, and so I'm not sure what's going on now.
Okay, so that probably means we need to head to the Capitol, is what I'm thinking.
I love her.
We run into the fight, right, guys? We don't run away. We're Americans, right? Our stripes don't run. We got to turn that around because everybody's not just running; they're straight up hiding.
Here's Kelly. Look, there's a burning building. Let's go.
Let's go. We're in this together.
Let's roll.
Yeah. All right. So, when are you guys served today? Where's Inslee at? Do we know?
I don't know where Inslee's at.
I
assumed we were going to walk inside and file. That's up the street, I guess.
Can we all know the group, I assume? Yeah, go see. That'd be
kind of how they played it. You know, let's all file.
Yeah, you see what they did in Michigan? You guys see what they did in Michigan? They stormed the castle. It was epic.
Yeah, I saw that.
Epic. Nobody injured, armed individuals going in the Capitol and taking it back, and lo and behold, even with guns, nobody was hurt. Isn't that amazing?
Freedom-loving Americans and no one getting hurt. That's kind of how we do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it. It's absolutely how we do it. So yeah, let's see if we can go in. Get a nice big crowd. Wouldn't that be great to get everybody to go in together?
And then go strip down
all right.
The protocols.
Yep. All right. Okay, guys. Good to see you, Robert. Let's see. Sorry, that was horrible lighting. I am not a camera girl. So we got Inslee is the virus. I know it's backwards. And then we got My Body, My Choice. No vaccines. No vaccines. If you have an abortion, you have a 100% chance you're going to kill a human being. If you go out in public and you don't know if you have the virus or not, you have less than 1% chance that if you're asymptomatic, you're even going to spread it. So my body, my choice. Don't you dare try to inject me or my family with anything, because it's not going to end well for whoever tries to do that. So I think I'm going to go around and just visit with people now, guys. And if we end up going inside, we'll tune back in. I will also go live when I get to Olympia. It sounds like they shut the Capitol down. So let's get some people down there to see what's going on and make sure that rights are not being violated. So God bless, guys.